So I just heard something that just got me like really disturbed, like extremely disturbed. And I had to share it with you guys. I don't know if it's true, but if this is true, it's not going to be good. So I'm on TikTok and I hear this message.
Version of what it's trying to say. Gaio Dian is the key figure at the center of it. The Communist Party has officially acknowledged the virus is not natural, but is entirely man-made.
Man-made.
The CCP military website has officially acknowledged that the Wuhan virus was caused by artificial synthesis. In other words, a fucking bioweapon, I told you. Over 1.3 million confirmed infections, and the death toll is over 30,000.
There it is.
People are being locked in their fucking homes. Also, there is a Chinese equivalent of the Center for Disease Control in Wuhan. There's so many bodies that they're piling up in the hallways. Please continue to tell me how the flu is so much worse. If the flu is so bad compared to this, then why did the World Health Organization declare a state of international emergency? Do you really want to take a chance on it? Didn't think so, bud. This is Google Translate, but here's a rough version of what it's trying to say. Gaio Dian is the key figure at the center of it. The Communist Party has officially acknowledged the virus is not natural.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, Rich, how's it going?
Good, man. So you sent me this TikTok and this guy's talking about well, let's listen to it. Hold on.
He leaked it and he ended up disappearing or he died.
So there was a tweet. What this tweet was from a doctor?
Yeah, it was a doctor that let some news out, and then he ended up dying. I don't know. And then there's a few more things. There was another guy. He was like, I can't remember his name. I could go back and look at it, but he was supposedly like the guy that talked about the media. And, he was representing a lot of people in this scenario, and he's been missing for like 4 days now. So they think that he's been,
So this is a tweet that was on Twitter, and it says this is in Mandarin, I'm assuming, but it's been translated. It says Gaio Dian, I guess, is the entire virus. Key figures at the heart of the event. The Communist Party. What is this?
Can't read it. Pretty freaked out. 1.3 million.
Hold on, let me try to read this to you guys because it's being translated. It's being translated. And there's a TikTok guy who put out this TikTok. Gaio Dian is the entire virus. Key figures at the heart of the event. The Communist Party has officially acknowledged that the virus does not come from nature, but entirely from man-made bioweapon. Population control. The Communist Party's military website officially acknowledged that the Wuhan epidemic was caused by artificial synthesis. Virus has more than 1.3 million confirmed infections. The death toll is definitely over 30,000. This is what is being reported, guys.
Yep. That's freaked out, right? So that sounded weird talking.
This is on TikTok. The TikTok channel is, I'll give you guys the TikTok channel. Big Ol' Dookie. It's Big Ol' Dookie on TikTok. That's the TikTok channel. Jared found it, sent it to me. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. 1.3 million confirmed infections and the death toll over 30,000. I don't know if this is true. This is just a tweet. This is a TikTok. Obviously, it's not a media resource that's being reported, but there's been all kinds of speculation that what we're hearing isn't real.
We're seeing videos residents in their building, quarantined in their building, looking through the window down into other buildings and watching people coming out in body bags by the dozens. Like the entire buildings are done. The whole buildings are, few people left in the building that are alive. And these are big buildings.
And there's reports that there's been 2 cruise ships now that are being quarantined and a third now that has infections.
Yes.
So I don't know why anybody's going on cruises. Personally, I wouldn't be traveling on a plane right now. So, I mean, people want to pretend like this isn't real. Now, I don't know if these numbers are real or not, obviously. Nobody knows. Everything is speculation. Nobody knows 100% the truth.
I was in Richmond the other day. I must have seen at least 200 to 300 people wearing masks.
No way.
Yeah, bro.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, wow is right.
Wow. Cody Olson is saying he's seen a video of a building where people live with the door welded shut so people can't get in or out.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
So they're locking people in to die.
The whole
They're living in some type of hell over there right now. My heart goes out to those people. Nobody knows the real numbers, but there's a tweet that's going around that is on TikTok and it's going viral right now. It has thousands and thousands of likes and views. And it is insinuating that more than 1.3 million infected and the death toll over 30,000. Now, people are going to call me a fearmonger, but what if these numbers are real? Don't you think we should at least know and take precautions?
Yes, and you too as well take precautions, because if you're leaking out this information that they don't want anybody to hear.
Screaming from inside the buildings because they can't get out. Wow.
Or they're just jumping.
Wow. The Dawn says, have you seen the video of the giant grave? No, I haven't. I mean, that's just disturbing. This is so disturbing. Ramdad says there isn't a mask within 500 kilometers of Toronto. Wow.
Now, what are you talking about? Masks. Go to any Sherwin-Williams. Go to a paint store.
Yeah, but we're not in Toronto. We're in Vancouver, bro. He's saying that's the case in Toronto.
Okay, this is what I don't understand is Vancouver is a lot closer than Toronto. They all come through Vancouver to get to Toronto. I don't understand. You don't understand.
Vancouver's a port city, so we're going to have a lot of infections here. Let's be real.
More than Toronto. Even though there's more people in Toronto, it's just the graphics don't, it just doesn't line up. Why would Toronto have more? It just doesn't make any sense. Think about it, Rich.
Booham says, change your diet to raw vegan and remove disease with natural herbs.
Okay, what's the natural herbs? Do you know any specific natural herbs that are going to cure a virus that has no cure?
I just think it's sad that because people are not in China,
keep your immune system up.
I just think that it's sad that for me, I think it's sad that because we're not in China, everybody thinks it's okay. Why is it okay for those people to live in hell? And if they're living in hell in China, how are we protected from this hell that's happening there right now? That's what I'm trying to understand. So whether the death toll is 500 or 630 now, because the number goes up every day, 630 and 31,000 infected, or it's like this Twitter is suggesting 1.3 million infected and 30,000 dead. If it's anywhere between this number, or if it's the low number that they're projecting, or if it's this high number that these guys are projecting, either way, does it make it okay? And shouldn't we at least talk about it and know what is going on so we can take necessary precaution? People want to keep calling me a fearmonger, but isn't it important for us to have awareness and not live in a bubble?
Historical, or because I'm just saying, like, this is like our first conversation about this more than a week ago. I was saying everybody thinks this is some kind of joke, but I mean, little do they know. I mean, because they're only listening to what their government's allowing them to hear, right? So you can't always believe your government.
Eric Porter says, you were telling me this too, Jared. Flight from Wuhan carrying 176 passengers landed at Canadian Forces Base Trenton. They're being quarantined now. Hopefully they've got that on lockdown. Why are we allowing flights from Wuhan? Like, this is the thing I don't understand. Like, you've got this deadly virus, people are dying and infected, and we're bringing people in from Wuhan?
Yeah, Trudeau's a sick bastard. He's a sick son of a bitch, and he has to go.
Like, shouldn't the world just quarantine now? Like, shouldn't we just lock everything down and have no travel? I think we all just need to agree not to travel. Not go on a cruise ship. Don't go on a plane. Don't go anywhere until we know that this is not some crazy pandemic that's going to wipe. Like, if it's 500 people or 600 people or 30,000 people or 1 million people, isn't that a cause for concern? And just because we're not in China, why would we be so ignorant to think that this can't happen in our communities, in our neighborhoods? If it's happening there, it can happen here, especially if you're flying people in from Wuhan, right here to Vancouver.
Hello.
You're flying them in right into my city. You're flying in from my city.
You're bringing them to our only military air base in all of Ontario, I think, is in Trenton. And you're going to go and do that. You're going to bring them there. What fucking sense does that? Sorry, Rich. What sense does that make? Like, how can you be just so stupid?
I'm just mind boggled that people are flying in from Wuhan into Vancouver right now. Like, I'm sickened by it. I'm actually disgusted by it. How is our government allowing this?
This is our government that we've all allowed to become our government. Remember, the government works for us. We don't work for the government. We keep forgetting that. We just keep giving them more power to make our decisions for us. When we actually speak and say something that we don't agree with, we're not heard anymore. Well, it's going to take a lot of people united together to stop this. But
it's you don't quarantine 60 million people because of a regular flu. I think people are just so ignorant when they're just like, oh, it's just a regular flu. That's what everybody says. It's just a regular flu. It's not as bad as a regular flu. More people die of the regular flu every day than this. Like, are you locking people in their homes to die when they have the regular flu? Are you quarantining cruise ships with thousands of people when you have a regular flu? Like, how ignorant can someone be to actually say that this is nothing more than a regular flu?
Why don't you ask Trudeau? Trudeau might have the answer. Fuck. But I mean, really, what are you going to do? What can you do, man? It's here already. So what are you going to do? Go get a mask. Walk around with a mask on.
Look, Mick is saying, quit being a drama queen. So let me ask you a question, Mick. Is it okay for you that hundreds and thousands of people are dying in China right now? They're being locked in their own homes to die. And I'm a drama queen? I'm the drama queen? Or am I actually creating awareness? Because we're not being real with ourselves. Because everybody thinks just because we live in a bubble here in Vancouver that we can't get this. Well, guess what? A plane filled with people from Wuhan are coming to Vancouver.
Well, they flew to Toronto as well. Well, Trenton. Yeah.
They're flying to Toronto. They're flying to Vancouver. They're flying all over the world still. And 5 million people left ground zero. They quarantined 5 million people or 6 million people. 5 million people left ground zero.
No, I don't think you're a drama queen.
I'm a drama queen. I'm a drama queen because I care about myself and my kids and my friends and my family and humanity. That makes me a drama queen. I'm going to just sit there and play video games and watch sports and pretend that people are not dying and living in hell in China. Let's just pretend that the people in China right now are not living in hell. Let's just pretend that a baby that was just born a few days ago didn't get the coronavirus in 30 hours. Let's just pretend that that hell doesn't exist.
Rampant over there for sure, but the fact that we're all relying on our healthcare, right? And we don't have this even close to as many people. And I think that we would definitely approach this differently if it started getting out of hand here. But we know just for the fact that we know how it spreads so fast, and we have, for all you know, it could be your mail, your posted mail guy has it. He doesn't know it.
People asking me about stocks. People trying to ask me about stocks. I'm like, do you guys think I give a fuck about stocks right now?
Well, yeah. Well, we have to.
No, I care about this virus because this virus is gonna fuck up all the stocks, bro. You want to talk about fucking up the market? Wait until China starts announcing the real numbers.
Yeah.
And what if it is 1 million people infected and 30,000 dead?
Wasn't it
entire businesses, entire generations of people are being wiped out, bro. Generations of people are being wiped out. Businesses, people that are running businesses. If there's hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people or millions of people that are going to die, businesses will die. That will affect the markets. People ask me, how will this affect the markets? I think it'll affect the markets tremendously.
Trying to wipe out Generation X.
How will this affect the markets? Obviously, it's going to affect the markets. Walt Disney just announced $280 million in losses, and that's for a week of closures. A week. What if they close for months?
They just don't make any money, and they get a bailout after it's all said and done. That's not really. Who cares about the person that's losing $280 billion? You say $280 billion?
280 million. Disney. Walt Disney's going to lose 280 million.
Gave up like $100 million of his money to go try and help aid this problem, right? $100 million. But then they ran out of body bags, I think.
They're running out of body bags. They're running out of masks.
Medical supplies.
Burning bodies. Pamela Parsons says Agenda 21, 2030 global sustainability. This is part of it. Yes. Population control.
Was it accidentally? Was it done by accident? Or was it done on purpose? Don't you find it that it was just like the timing couldn't be any better? You know what I mean? Like the trade deals from the States and China all changing, all these things changing, the powers, people, being exposed, people dying, people going to jail, people getting murdered.
I'm not prepared. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not prepared. I'm thinking I have to get prepared. I really don't know what to do in a pandemic. I've never been in one before. I don't really know what to do. I mean, just the idea of getting prepared kind of scares me. And when I talk about it, people think I'm nuts. People think I'm crazy. I try to talk to people and they think I'm crazy. So I don't know what's going on. Am I crazy, or is this a real problem, or is this just media hype? Is this just
China's issue?
Is this just China's issue because their borders are protected from everyone else getting it? No, because 25 other countries already got it.
I know, but okay, so the thing is everybody has it in their head that our healthcare system is able. They're preparing already. If you haven't noticed, you go to some hospitals, they're preparing for this. Right now, they're preparing for it.
Jared, let me play the video because I have everyone here, and then call me back. I want to play the TikTok again for everyone. I can't do it. I can't call me back in like as soon as I'm done with it. Okay. Okay. Bye. Okay. I want you guys to hear this message on TikTok. I want you guys to listen to this.
But here's a rough version of what it's trying to say. Gao Dian is at the key figure at the center of it. The Communist Party has officially acknowledged the virus is not natural, but is entirely man-made. The CCP military website has officially acknowledged that the Wuhan virus was caused by artificial synthesis. In other words, a fucking bioweapon, I told you. Over 1.3 million confirmed infections, and the death toll is over 30,000. People are being locked in their fucking homes. Also, there is a Chinese equivalent of the Center for Disease Control in Wuhan. There's so many bodies that they're piling up in the hallways. Please continue to tell me how the flu is so much.
You know, the funny part is I've been reporting this for 2 weeks, almost to the day, I think 2 weeks. And when I first started reporting it, I reported it when we had the first death. Now the death toll reportedly from all the major media outlets is 630. And the infected, I believe, is over 31,000. That is what is being reported on mass media. Every single day I've talked about this, the numbers have gone higher. And when I first started talking about this on day 1, 2 weeks ago, and you can see all the videos, I've even created a coronavirus playlist. You can see all my videos on Rich TV Live that I've made about coronavirus. Every single day I did this from day 1, people said I was crazy. People said I was nuts. And every single day, the death toll went up. Whistleblowers have come out and they've said the numbers are worse. And I've been reporting on that. Despite the fact that I've reported that over and over and over again, people still want to doubt me as if I'm not doing my research, that I don't actually have sources. Now, nobody knows the truth. Everything is speculative. Everything is speculative. This is a TikTok video. It's a TikTok video.
This is Google Translate, but here's a rough version of what it's.
I'll give you guys the TikTok channel. It's Big Ol' Dookie. Big Ol' Dookie. So I don't know what I need to look like for you to think that I know what I'm talking about or trust me or whatever you want. Like if I wore a suit and I had a nice screen in the background that showed coronavirus with all these numbers, you know, shooting out the numbers of infected, maybe that would get you guys more believing in what I'm saying. But I'm just trying to share with you guys what is circulating out there. It's up to everyone to decide what the truth is, because nobody knows the truth because we're not there. Hey, what's up? So you don't know the truth. I don't know the truth. Nobody knows what the truth is. I'm just trying to show you guys what people are reporting. Obviously, this may or may not be true.
Might not be true, but it might be true. I mean, I was in Richmond the other day, and I'm not exaggerating. At least 150 to 200 people I saw wearing masks.
Yeah, well, that's, you know, people are starting to prepare, and people in Richmond realize that there's a lot of people that are flying back and forth from China. And we live in a port city here in Vancouver where there's flights going back and forth between China and Vancouver every day.
They won't even open containers, shipping containers, without wearing masks, like oxygen masks, with like cartridges and stuff. They're not just coming up with the hospital mask with the N95 mask. These are actual masks that have cartridges in it to catch like fine particles in the air. Like they're there now already. Like it's a mandatory.
Five Finger Limited says Vancouver's in big trouble. I'm right here, man, and I don't feel comfortable at all. I feel like a sitting duck. Hearing that flights are coming in from Wuhan, the heart of the epicenter of ground zero, where reportedly thousands are infected, and some people are saying as many as hundreds of thousands are infected. Some people are saying as much as millions, and some people are saying as many as thousands of people are dead. Tens of thousands are dead. Then we're hearing reports saying, 600's dead. At the end of the day, the number is going up every day. So there's obviously a lot of people dead and a lot of people sick. Any way you slice it. And I know people personally that are there. I know people that are personally there, and they're worried. So
Maybe it's 600.
it's not like they're lying to us about this and it's all fake. Because I know people that are personally there, and they're telling me that they're very worried and it's very scary. Very worried and very scary, and like living in hell, and like not leaving their houses. Nobody's leaving their homes.
No one's leaving their homes except for, I don't know. I walk right into the battlefield every day, right? So, but I don't leave anywhere, and I don't go into a high crowd situation without my mask. So, even though it might help, it might not help. I mean, at the same time, you gotta take caution. You gotta take caution now. So, and that's not to put a scare or panic or be drama queen. It's just to take precaution, man. I mean, it's here already, and you know our government will lie through their stinking teeth to protect or to stay in power. I mean, you know our government in Canada will lie through their teeth, their dirty, stinking teeth, to keep this covered up, just so they don't create panic and racism, like you wouldn't believe towards the Chinese.
I mean, I have no racism towards anyone. I just want to protect ourselves.
A lot of people do. You'll see a lot of people when you walk by someone from China, they'll hold their breath until they get by them. Richard. That's how crazy it's starting to change. So yes, we're going to create panic in everybody. Yes, our government is doing, for the greater good, not to have everybody panic. But if they're not telling us the truth, then see, I don't know. Was someone joking when they said within 500 kilometers you can't find a mask? That's got to be, you guys would be exaggerating there, right? There has to be some kind of exaggeration. You can't tell me you can't find any of these masks in any of the stores. There's a lot of stores out there carrying masks, right? So just precautionary. You don't have to spend a fortune, but I'm not saying quarantine yourself. I'm not saying quarantine yourself, but just take precaution. A little bit of caution. When you're going into big crowds, the shopping malls, dentists, doctors' offices, whatever, just take precaution. No one's going to look at you funny. Just protecting yourself. I mean, even if this doesn't kill you, it's going to make you super sick and make you miss work. Unless you're sick, you're off to work. It's got to be very, very cautious. See, so I'm walking into a store right now, and they've got work respirator masks.
So now Ryan is saying, dude, there's 11 million people in Wuhan alone. No vehicles except emergency and military are allowed. The stores are out of supplies, especially masks. So that's going to be the next question. What about when supplies run out? People are going to starve. Are they going to fly food in for those people?
I'm not sure.
Ryan Hannon is saying, my entire business is frozen indefinitely because of this.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Because anyone who's doing business in China right now that is in ground zero is being affected by the lockdown. And the lockdown is putting people in a position where they can't go to work. They can't leave their homes. So nobody's going to work. So there's no productivity, which means the economy in the largest economy in the world is going to take a huge hit. And that will have massive repercussions on the rest of the world, especially any companies that have a large exposure to China. So as investors, we need to look at all the companies that have exposure to China. Five Finger Limited says stock up on food, water, mask, N95 made by 3M. Yeah, I've been hearing 3M is a good stock for this. That's pretty interesting. 3M is going to make a killing. Five Finger Limited says, I am ready. Keo Christian Trader, how you doing, buddy?
Are you ready? Are you ready? You ready, Rich?
Am I ready? No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this.
Okay, so you got.
I'm not ready for this.
Got painter's masks with the cartridges that you can refill.
Where are
Or
you?
You have your M2 5.5 masks, or you have your N95 masks, your WorkSafe masks. There is quite a few masks. They vary from $50, $30, $10, $5. You can buy 8 packs of cheaper masks, disposable filtered masks. $2.99 for 8 packs.
I'm worried about our children, man. I'm worried about like their future. I'm worried about their kids. I'm worried about ourselves. I'm worried about like there's no movie that can prepare you. There's nothing that can prepare you. Yo, what are you doing back there, bro? You're making a lot of noise.
Sorry, I'm going through a bunch of masks.
Yeah. You're going through the masks right now?
Going through the masks section.
Okay, and where are you exactly?
Where am I?
Which store? Just which store? I don't mean exactly like which intersection. Just which store.
Like a Sherwin-Williams.
So
paint store.
so if you guys want to get a mask, you can get a mask at a paint store.
Yeah, they have masks.
They have masks at the paint stores, guys. Go to the paint stores. This is very good intel. What else? What kind of masks are you finding there?
Well, you have a variety of masks. You have the fine dust and particle respirators, and you have the more the pesticide and lead masks that are a little bit bigger filters. It varies from $50 and down all the way down to your N95 mask. You can go grab N95 masks for like a 2-pack for how much are these?
Guys, we got 115 people here and 29 likes. We got to get the likes game up, guys. Let's get this channel going viral so that we can get more people here, more discussion, more questions, more conversation, and we can get the opinions of the people from all over the world about what's going on. Like maybe we can get some people from China on this call, or in
They're being monitored, man.
no, I know, but they should be able to watch YouTube, no?
I don't know.
If you guys are in China or you're in
Shut down
Japan
most of the
or you're in
servers.
Hong Kong or you're in Korea, South Korea, Indonesia, in that region of the world, Philippines, that's been affected by the coronavirus, please let me know how real it is over there and what you guys are doing to protect yourselves and what you guys are doing to prepare yourselves for what is a very, very deadly virus that is spreading right now. And reportedly thousands, a minimum of 31,000 have been reportedly infected and 630 dead. But we're hearing reports that as much as 1.3 million are infected and as many as 30,000 dead. Ipro Fox says, Asian dude in my class was coughing a storm near me. I was so pissed. And this is the thing, right? Like,
Well, it's flu season.
it's flu season. Nobody wants to be racist, but everybody has to be cautious. And if there's someone that has been from in Wuhan or in China and they're coughing, your natural reaction is going to be, you're going to be scared because you don't want to get something that could make you sick, put you in the hospital, potentially kill you. So this is going to cause all kinds of problems.
Yeah, it's going to cause a lot of problems.
So, we don't want to create issues with racism and prejudice and all that stuff, but people also need to take precautions. And like you said, you were in Richmond, which is a predominantly Asian area here in Vancouver, and you said over 100 people wearing masks, right?
Oh, it's closer to
200 people wearing masks. So people here in Vancouver are already wearing masks. They are going outside and wearing masks. And I see it everywhere. Just so you guys know, I'm literally starting to see it everywhere. Guys, we have 126 people here, but only 39 likes. We got to get more likes, guys. Please. Let's get more likes so that people can join. This video can go viral and we can create more awareness for what is going on. Because everybody thinks this is a joke. When I tell people about this, they call me a fearmonger. They say that I'm spreading lies. Then why every day is the number of death going up? How come they haven't found a cure? How come the amount infected is going up every day? That's what they're reporting. So if they're reporting that 630 are dead and 31,000 is infected, and 2 weeks ago it was 300 infected, 1 dead. In 2 weeks, it's gone from 1 dead and 300 infected to 31,000 infected and 630 dead. And that is what is being reported. What if the numbers are 1.3 million infected, 30,000 dead? And I'm not saying they are, but what if they are? Is that something that we should be worried about? Or do people still at that point say, oh, it's not a big deal. That's just people in China. Too bad for them, but that doesn't affect us. I don't think that's the right way to look at it, because the way I look at it is, if this is a deadly disease, then what's to stop the deadly disease from spreading all over the world? Especially when you have the infected area in the most highly populated country in the world, over 1.4 billion people in China alone. And those people travel all over the world, including Vancouver, where you and I are from. So at the end of the day, this is a very concerning situation, because every single day I wake up, I look at the numbers, I'm hoping for the numbers not to go up, and every single day they jump. And I keep saying that the numbers are worse than what they're telling us, but I'm hoping that they're not. And every single day, my fears are being realized, because every single day the numbers jump. Now, if that isn't concerning you, I don't know how to make you aware, and I don't want to concern you, but if it doesn't concern you, hopefully it at least opens your eyes to what is really going on. Because a lot of people, when I talk to them about this, they act like this is no big deal. In fact, almost everybody I talk to about this acts like it's no big deal. But then when I talk to my friends about it, people that I know closely, people are genuinely deep down inside, they're concerned, but they don't want to think about it. They want to pretend like it's not real, because they're going to live in their bubble and it's just going to go away. But what if it doesn't go away? What are we going to do to protect ourselves? How are we going to prepare? Do we need to prepare? What are you doing to prepare? Thank you guys for the 54 likes.
Masks, they only last so long, right? Especially if you're getting the ones with the filters in it. I mean, tops is 50, 60 hours if you're wearing it. It doesn't last very long. So imagine, yes, if it gets any worse, then yes, there's going to be places that are running out of the filters for the masks. Not just the masks, but the filters, right? Down to the micron. Let's see here. This mask is 40 micron down to 0.1 micron. That can filter. Active carbon filtration can filter down to 0.1 micron. So that means organic chemicals, bacteria, smoke, allergens, odor, dust, and much more. Yeah, very scary, huh? Very, very scary, very, very scary.
So guys, Jared is at the Sherwin-Williams paint shop, and he's looking at masks right now. Literally looking at masks right now.
Well, more masks, because I don't think the N95 mask is actually in stock.
Oh, the N95 is not in stock?
No, they are in stock, but I don't know. I feel like you need something a little more with cartridges, right?
No, but what I'm hearing is the N95 is the best one. That's what people are saying.
Well, it's the cheapest of with the no cartridges. just toss. It's like a disposable.
Yeah, and guys, I'm not trying to create fear. I'm just telling you what is being posted on social media, and I have no idea what it is or isn't the truth. Nobody knows. I'm just saying that there are people out there putting out tweets, putting out news, and reporting that the numbers are higher than what people are saying. I'm not suggesting it's in the millions. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not even there, right? I'm just trying to figure this out like everybody else, or not, but at the very least, we should talk about it. Because what if it is? And yeah, there's a very good chance it isn't, and I hope it isn't. I pray it isn't. But what if it is? Does that make it more concerning for people? And do we need to do something now to prepare ourselves? Like Jared right now is at the store and he's looking at masks. How much do the masks cost?
They vary from like $55 all the way down to your single pack, 8 packs for like $3.99.
How much does the N95 cost? Because I've heard a lot of people say that the N95 is a really good mask. What does the N95 cost?
Safety, but it's for like work. I'll ask for 2 masks. Let me ask for how much for this 2-pack of the N95? Not cheap.
Not cheap. The guy's saying not cheap. Thank you guys for the 60 likes. Let's try to get 100 while we're live, guys.
Hold on a second. $8.99 for 2. So it's $8.99 for 2 masks.
What, the N95?
Yeah, $8.95. And is it?
Yo, get 2, man, so I have one.
Hold on.
Yo, hook me up, bro. I want one.
Okay. Hold on, I'm talking. Hold on 1 second. So, has this been like a hot commodity now? People are. Yeah, because.
Yeah, look, see the guy at the store's telling him that everybody's buying these.
Just stop talking for a second.
Yeah, because the whole is scared with we have a huge Asian population.
Yeah.
And half of them are scared.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but if you go to Richmond, a lot of restaurants are actually closing for renovation because
Closing for renovations.
Big places, you go to the malls, they are not going there. You just go to the mall, you need food and things, and then they are trying not to go with too many people. This New Year's in February was terrible for them.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to go where a lot of people is together because they think they're going to get that thing, right? The coronavirus.
Yeah, the coronavirus.
So I don't know how much bullshit it is, but that's the reality.
We are making sales on your
Yeah,
masks.
we've been selling. We had to actually start to buy the masks, and because our contractors will use them for work.
Yeah.
Well, they were not able to get stupid masks.
Do you hear this? So
Yeah.
people are coming into these stores buying masks, and there's none for the contractors.
No, for reselling the Craigslist.
So they have to hide the masks for the contractors.
China to their families, right?
Yeah.
As well. So,
People are just selling and just buying and just,
or reselling. Actually, go to
Reselling.
Craigslist,
yeah, they're asking for this. So they're buying it, they're going to Craigslist, Shopify, Amazon, all this stuff. People are just buying it and reselling it, and it's going like hotcakes here. We have a guy working here right now, and he is actually talking about the N95 respirators. So for 2 is almost $9.
That's very affordable. So worth it.
So
$4 for a mask that could potentially save your life. But these guys are saying, hold on, these guys are saying that.
Last you about maybe 2 full entire days.
Oh, okay. So that's not a very good mask then.
It's a throwaway, disposable.
No, what about the P100? People are saying the P100 masks are good. Can you ask him if he has any P100s?
What is it?
He doesn't understand. All the N95s are disposable, so he doesn't know that.
Yeah,
All the N95s are disposable. That's the end of the conversation.
yeah, and N95 is a disposable respirator, so that's why they're a little bit cheaper.
Okay,
So
I
what
understand.
about the cartridges? The cartridge ones? Because there's a few over there. One's for 53, one's for 40. Yeah,
That's the denomination P. See, N stands for non-oil resistant. That's what the N stands for.
right.
And 95 stands for the filtration level.
Yeah,
Okay, that's it. The P for P100 means it's oil resistant because it's encased in a plastic thing. And the filter inside is supposed to be 100% filtration. I would say it's 99.9, but okay, let's get it.
like everything. Yeah,
That's what
99%.
it is for particles.
Right, particles.
Certain amount of microns, that's what it is.
Right.
But, one of those things. So let me see something.
We are literally live at a store. You in Richmond right now?
Yeah, just a little bit outside of Richmond.
Okay, so Jared is in Richmond, close to Vancouver, and he is at a Sherman-Williams paint shop looking at masks to buy right now. And the man that's working there is saying that they had to start carrying masks because everybody needed them and everybody wanted them.
They're hiding masks for the contractors.
They're hiding masks for the contractors because they want to
when
make sure.
contractors come in for a mask, there's none left because everybody else is gobbling them. We need
Wow.
it for work. We need it for work, right? Because I mean, it's important we don't breathe in all the cancerous stuff as well, too, right? From the contractors. So, wow,
It's crazy.
this is getting a little intense.
Tell him your body.
And what?
We have
This is a live YouTube right now. We've got like 100. How many people on? Right
100, 130 people are listening to us right now.
130 people on right now.
He's typing, right?
No, he's listening.
I can hear you. We're all listening. We're all listening to you.
I know.
Bunch of losers. But anyway, that's the situation right now. This is what it is. Now it comes on the last 2 days on the people, so but no one knows what's going on. Right? People say it's bullshit. People say no. The point is, people is afraid. It happens 10 years ago with the SARS.
Yeah.
Because we lived through that. It was the same situation. The mask went all out. You couldn't find any mask even if you tried. That's all.
We're at where we're at. So yeah. So that's that is where we're at right now.
Wow.
So,
Okay. Thank you very much, man.
I need masks for myself, period. But yes, it's always good to have something because I go to Richmond a lot too and do a lot of mall work. Right?
Always. Well,
So I'm thinking about getting the filter one.
yeah, well, those are the best ones. So that we see that so far you can go with these, but then you want the next step up is the mask with the actually B
Yeah.
filter, which are the.
I noticed you don't have too many filters left.
No, well, because we got clean too.
Yeah. Are you getting a next shipment?
Yeah,
of
we are
filters?
actually have to go there and see what's going on here. But these are
Ask him if he's gonna sell full bodysuits. What are those? What are those full bodysuits called, guys? The Hezma or something?
Hazmat suits?
Ask him if he's gonna sell those.
no hazmat suits.
No, they don't have any hazmat.
Tyvek suits, but that's it.
Tyvek suits.
Hazmat is a different deal.
Yeah. For asbestos and stuff, right?
Ask him if he has the P100s.
The weight of the fabric is like we're talking about. No, the Tyvek works.
You can get through. Yeah.
Again, if you look at it, you'll see nothing. Well, that's not the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, hazmat. Hazmat.
Example, I know you find is 3 microns. That's the smallest they filter.
3.
3 microns, I believe. I don't remember well, but yeah, something like that. But, so for the hazmat suits,
Guys, you want to hear some crazy stuff? Okay, Jared, I'll talk to you soon, bro. I'll call you back.
I'll call you back.
Yeah, call me back when you're done there, okay? Okay, thanks. Goodbye. So, guys, check this out.
It is entirely man-made.
Listen to
The
this.
CCP military website has officially acknowledged that the Wuhan virus was caused by artificial synthesis. In other words, a fucking bioweapon, I told you. Over 1.3 million confirmed infections and the death toll is over 30,000. People are being locked in their fucking homes. Also, there is a Chinese equivalent of the Center for Disease Control in Wuhan. There's so many bodies that they're piling up in the hallways. Please continue to tell me how the flu is so much worse. If the flu is so bad compared to this, then why did the World Health Organization declare a state of international emergency? Do you really want to take a chance on it? Didn't think so, bud. This is Google Translate, but here's a rough version.
This
of
is what started this, guys. I didn't make this up, eh?
Just the center of
This is on TikTok.
The Communist Party has officially acknowledged the virus is not natural, but is entirely man-made. The CCP military website has officially acknowledged that the Wuhan virus was caused by artificial synthesis. In other words, a fucking bioweapon, I told you. Over 1.3 million confirmed infections and the death toll is over 30,000. People are being locked in their fucking homes. Also, there is a Chinese equivalent of the Center for Disease Control in Wuhan. There's so many bodies that they're piling up in the hallways. Please continue to tell me how the flu is so much worse. If the flu is so bad compared to this, then why did the World Health Organization declare a state of international emergency? Do you really want to take a chance on it? Didn't think so, bud. This is
the TikTok that Jared sent me, and the reason why we're live. He sent it to me, and I was like, "Whoa!" And I was like, should we go live with it? I'm like, it's not really news, but nobody knows if the news that is even reporting the numbers is real either. Nobody knows. And there's been so many videos that have come out saying it's worse. And then after they report that it's worse, the numbers keep growing so quickly every day. Then you got to think about the fact that they've shut down 60 million people in lockdown. Then you got to think about the fact that the World Health Organization has come out and said that this is a global problem. Then you have the president of China coming out and saying that this is a problem. This is an emergency. Then you hear that bodies are being burnt. They're burning bodies, building mass graves. Then you think about the fact that Wuhan had 11 million people and they had 5 million that left ground zero. 5 million left ground zero before the quarantine. So almost 50% of the people that were there left. And out of the people that were left there are reports that as much as what you've just heard, 1.3 million have infections. That is staggering. Now it seems crazy. It seems like it can't be true. I hope it's not true. I pray that it's not true. But if 5 million people left ground zero because they didn't want to be in quarantine, how many of those guys have the virus? And where are those people? And why is a plane coming from Wuhan to Canada? Why are we allowing planes to come from Wuhan to Canada right now? How is that safe? Why is Vancouver allowing planes to fly into Canada from Wuhan? How can I feel comfortable in my own city, in my own country, when they're flying people in from a quarantine contaminated country? How is that okay? It doesn't feel right. It just doesn't make sense. It's just like, why? Just why? Chris G says 2019 NCOV is in your city right now. It is in my city. It's in Vancouver. This is why I'm concerned. People keep saying that I'm a fear monger. Everyone's saying that I'm spreading panic. Everyone's saying I'm spreading lies. But I think I'm spreading truths, because every single day I sit here before you, and every single day the numbers are more frightening. And let me show you how frightening. And by the way, can you guys smash the like? We got 78 likes, 149 people here. Let's try to get this to 100 likes so that we can go viral and hopefully the whole world tunes in, because we're live, we're interactive, and you guys have a voice here. And thank you for my 81 likes. Thank you. I'm humbled. I'm really humbled. Thank you for the 84 likes. I'm humbled. You guys are the best. Love you guys. So 87 likes. Look at that. We just need 13 more and we hit 100. Bam. 89. And then I won't even ask. 11 more. We hit 100 and I won't even ask for likes anymore. 91. Just like that. We're only 9 away. Look at that. 92. We're 8 away from 100. Thank you guys for the 92 likes. I really appreciate it and I'm humbled. And thank you guys for joining me on your Friday afternoon. I don't want to create panic. As you can see, don't panic. That's not the goal. I want to create awareness. I just want to create awareness. Bam. 103 likes. Just like that, guys. Love you guys. You guys are the best. So once again, before I read this article, I want to play this for you. And I want you to think about, is this possible? Am I nuts? Or are we on to something? Listen, this is on TikTok. His name is Big Old Dookie at BIGOLEDOOKIE. I subscribe to him. I'm watching him. I'm following him. This is what he's reported.
Here's a rough version of what it's trying to say. Gao Dian is at the key figure at just the center of it. The Communist Party has officially acknowledged the virus is not natural, but is entirely man-made. The CCP military website has officially acknowledged that the Wuhan virus was caused by artificial synthesis. In other words, a fucking bioweapon, I told you. Over 1.3 million confirmed infections, and the death toll is over 30,000. People are being locked in their fucking homes. Also, there is a Chinese equivalent of the Center for Disease Control in Wuhan. There's so many bodies that they're piling up in the hallways. Please continue to tell me how the flu is so much worse. If the flu is so bad compared to this, then why did the World Health Organization declare a state of international emergency? Do you really want to take a chance on it? Didn't think so, bud.
This is going viral right now, and Jared sent it to me, and I almost got almost like a little bit of a panic attack. So then I was just like, okay, well, you know what? Let's just go live with it, and we'll talk to the people and see what the people think. Now let me read you what CNN is reporting, okay? Because this is what we consider the real news, right? Tokyo, CNN, and you tell me if this is scary, because this is what is being reported for real, the real reports, not the fake TikTok reports, the real reports, CNN. And this is also being reported everywhere else, not just CNN. It was supposed to be the holiday of a lifetime. Instead, American couple Kent and Rebecca, Americans, Fraser, found themselves quarantined on a cruise ship, staring at ambulances lined up on land, ready to receive the increasing toll of passengers diagnosed with a deadly virus. On Friday morning, which is today, Rebecca, 35, found out she had tested positive for Wuhan coronavirus and had to leave the ship immediately, alone as her husband, Kent, 42, was still apparently uninfected. Her only symptom where she tested positive was a cough. It was terrible. I could never imagine that this could happen right now, she told CNN shortly before she left the boat. The hardest part is the unknown. Like, I don't know what's going to happen an hour from now. The Diamond Princess cruise ship on which the Frasers were traveling has been quarantined off the coast of Yokohama near Tokyo since Tuesday after a former passenger tested positive for the coronavirus. There are more than 3,700 people on board, including 2,600 passengers, of whom 428 are American. So far, 61 passengers have tested positive for the virus. Do you see how fast this spreads? 61 that were on that ship have tested positive for the virus. And the quarantine is expected to last until at least February 19th, which means they will be quarantined for another 12 days. So far, more than 31,400 people globally have been infected by the pneumonia-like coronavirus, which originated in the central Chinese city of Wuhan, and at least 630 have died, predominantly in mainland China. 3 cruise ships in Asia, including the Diamond Princess, have had their journeys disrupted or brought to a halt by the virus. In the middle of East China Sea, the Western Dam is struggling to find a port to dock at after being turned away from both Taiwan and Japan over fears of passenger contamination. Meanwhile, in Hong Kong, the World Dream cruise ship has been held in quarantine since docking Wednesday after 8 former passengers tested positive for the virus. Now, that is what the real media is reporting. Does that not scare you guys? Is that not concerning that 3 cruise ships are now in quarantine because of the coronavirus? Does that not show the power and how quickly you can get contaminated by this virus by just being around other people with the virus? And how even if you're American, you can be affected? How even if you're Canadian, you can be affected? Fear on the Diamond Princess. After Rebecca was diagnosed, Kent says no one came to disinfect the room the couple shared. He believed it is only a matter of time before he is diagnosed with the virus too. But you roll with the punches and try to take the best of things that you can, he said. Information from the crew staff has been scant, and he only found out that a further 41 passengers had been diagnosed with the virus after talking to a reporter, he said. Wow, what a nightmare. The only way anybody knows what is happening is when people that are infected tell other people they have been infected, he said. Wow. American author Guy Couture is also among the more than 2,600 passengers trapped on board of the Diamond Princess, which she described as a contaminated prison. A contaminated prison. How is that okay? My husband Philip and I are 75 and 77 years old. We have health risks and we are bad category to get sick. We are not safe in our rooms, she said. In attempt to escape the infection, Courter said she had contacted her insurance company